Star Morning Show. We're talking about last week, The Voice and Keith Semple. How exciting. Local guy, part of Semple Band, and he's just been tearing it up. And finally, on the national scene, he goes on NBC's The Voice. He sings the song, I'll Be There For You. And man, it's magic. Adam Levine turns his chair. So Keith, what's up, man? Here you are.
Greetings. Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Oh my God.
Keith,
I get the feeling you're a little excited.
Keith, when we knew that you were going to be on The Voice, first off, you have such a rabid fan base here in the Chicagoland area, and it's because you're a guy that's, you know, not only super nice, but you're accessible and you're so gracious to the fans all the time. We love seeing that. But your talent, man, we've said since, I don't know how long you've been coming in here, and I know now, Tina, we seem like we knew Keith Semple when he was doing this,
I know,
you know,
you can actually say that.
but it really, Keith, is, you know, to see your perseverance start to pay off and you get on NBC's The Voice and to wow somebody like Adam Levine had to be such a rush and such a ride for you too, man.
It was incredible. It really was. It's a good job people can't see you blushing on radio right now.
I am, because I'm such a fan, man.
It's like the best introduction I've ever got ever.
Well, they're only going to get better from here,
Yes.
because now, and I was being honest with you when I said I've never watched The Voice on NBC until I knew that you were going to be on the show. And you get on there and just kind of set up the scene for us. Now, was the family there and everything when you were hanging out?
Yeah, I mean, they were only, they're very strict about when and where people can be, so they only
Right.
allow the family and friends to be there, like, sort of on the day of, you know. It's very nerve-wracking, and obviously with edits, it looks like it happens reasonably quickly.
But it takes a little while to
Right.
unfold.
Goodness, it's scary. The walk up to, like, the actual walk up from when that door opens is a lot longer than it looks. And it's
Oh
a
my
lot.
gosh.
And there's actually a moment where they're setting cameras, they're setting lights and stuff, and you're standing there and you're like, oh my goodness. So by the time you actually walk up and stand still, there's a good maybe 10 seconds that feels like 10 days.
Right.
Yeah, because you're trying to settle
Right.
and going crazy. Keith Semple is with us, NBC's The Voice. He makes it through on Team Adam Levine. Now we were joking about recreating the chair turn with Adam Levine, and we just did that in the Star Studios, and we have a bunch of Semple swag that we want to throw your way. There's not only t-shirts, but it looks like there's also some coffee mugs and some of his CDs. Learn to Fly is the CD that you can check out. Keith's got some great music out already. He's on NBC's The Voice now. And let's talk about the song selection that just wows Adam Levine and makes him mouth the words along with you on national TV. How do you come up with that's the song, and your voice was just, I mean, it was, you were like in the zone,
It was
bro.
spot on.
You're in the zone. So how do you come up with that song selection?
Well, you know, obviously the song is edited down and it's a shortened version, right? So I basically wanted to make sure that whatever song I picked had like highs and lows. It had like a real, you know, like impressive parts and light parts and stuff like that. So it just worked out perfectly. It's only when I look back and I actually watched it at home, I realized Adam was about to press his button at the very start.
Yes.
And then he starts, even though I know what happened, I'm like, oh, he's going to press, wait a minute, he didn't press his button there.
Why didn't he press it right away?
Right,
Yeah.
I know, and then he's like just tapping his fingers at the button then for like the next, you know, like 10 or 15 seconds. I'm like, oh, I couldn't see that. You know, and when he said to me, he said, look, I know you'll look back at this and see me singing along with you, and you'll be so disappointed if you don't pick me. And I'm like, well, I could just assume that you're telling the truth right now because there's cameras on.
So you're going to work with Adam Levine, man. That is so cool. So
I'm so excited about it.
Keith Semple is with us, part of Semple Band. They've been all over the place. You'll find them. I mean, you want to see some talent, and he's on NBC's The Voice, talking about Team Adam Levine, that chair turn. We put up a video. Go ahead, watch the video. It'll tell you how you can get your hands on some Keith Semple swag here. And man, we just sitting there and watching it. Now, did you see what Blake Shelton said to Gwen Stefani? He turned to Gwen Stefani and said, "This is you. It's rock." And so did she turn to Gwen Stefani or no? She did at the end, right?
Gwen turned right at the end. I'd left sort of the best for last on a big, like, long note. I was like, well, if nobody turns for this, I'm just going to walk off.
Yeah, right. You figure, you know what? It's like the grand finale, right?
And then, of course, she turns as she hears it, and I'm like, okay, good. That's good. But it is a really weird experience. I mean, obviously, as you've been saying, like, I've been doing this for years, but I've never been more nervous them at that moment.
Isn't that great though? It takes you out of, because that's what it takes. And you know, we've been on the air for how long, Tina? It's like you get it, you get into a comfort zone. Here's Keith Semple. He's been, you know, he's part of Seventh Heaven for years, and now he's got Semple Band that's all around the area, and you know, very relaxed and just killing it at shows. And then what it takes for a guy like Keith to get out of his comfort zone is, hey, here we have Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, Adam Levine. You're going to go sing. They're not going to be watching you. They're going to be listening to you. You're going to sing, and this is going to be a true test. I mean, it's sink or swim for you. If nobody hits their button and turns around, that's it, man. You talk about, wow.
I think, and for anybody that's seen me perform before, they know how much performance is important to me.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was nervous about, is knowing that they can't see what I'm doing right now. So they don't see. That's why I decided, by the way, to play guitar and not run about like an idiot like I normally do. Because I was like, they can't see that anyway, right? So they're not going to see, they're not going to judge me on my performance, they're going to judge me on my vocals.
And, hey man,
Right.
and
You know?
they were on, so I know you brought your guitar, I know you had a lot of stuff over the weekend. I wanted to get maybe a taste of something for you. I have a song that you know is one of my favorites. Now here's the thing, Keith Semple, if you want some of his swag that he brought in, t-shirts and more, you can go to the Star 105.5 McHenry County Facebook. Please also join his group, Team Keith Semple. We're going to tag that on the Facebook. You can find him on Twitter through us at Star 1055. So sit tight, Keith, because you can maybe play a little, but I also want to talk about reaction the night that you were watching yourself and with family and friends and how that all went down too. So sit tight. Keith Semple's in studio with us from The Voice on NBC. I love saying that.